The Detroit Lions have a ton of wide receivers going into the 2023 NFL season. We've got 6 right now on the active roster, with Tom Kennedy being number 6. We signed a bunch of UDFA wide receivers, and we just had another one to top off the 90-man roster after some tryouts. Yet and still, wide receiver is a position that you never can have too much of. I don't think anything but maybe quarterback and long snapper you can have too much of. But every other position on the team you can never have too much of. And there's an old friend who is trying to find his way back, according to Cody Benjamin of CBS Sports, and it's already on the thumbnail, so you already know that is free agent wide receiver Kenny Golladay. Now, some believe that Kenny Golladay was made by Matthew Stafford. If you remember, back in 2020, as Kenny Golladay was becoming a free agent at the end of that season, that was the end of the Matt Patricia, Bob Quinn arc, and we went into the 2021 season with Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. And there were some rumors coming out that Kenny Golladay wanted a 4-year deal, while Brad Holmes was willing to offer a 3-year deal. Cannot confirm or deny whether those rumors were true, but according to CBS Sports, Cody Benjamin, he says Kenny Golladay would be a good fit for the Detroit Lions. He says almost nothing went right for Kenny Golladay once he cashed in on his Detroit emergence back in 2021 free agency, but the ex-Giants big frame would be welcome as more of a secondary option now that the Lions have their sights set on a playoff run, especially with Jameson Williams suspended for the start of the year. Now, when it comes to depth at receiver, I wouldn't be bothered by Kenny Golladay being on our roster. Could he beat out Tom Kennedy at this point, Chase Cota, or any other of the wide receivers we brought in? Not too sure he could. I mean, we pretty much have a solid starting 5 with room for one more on the active roster. And I'm not sure Kenny Golladay would be part of that. Now, when it comes to Kenny Golladay and his stats, if we look at his stats, he balled out when he was in Detroit. I remember, it was some games that he would go up and get them things. But again, he was a product of Matthew Stafford, some will say. Taken in the 3rd round in 2017, he wasn't taken by Matt Patricia, but he was taken by Bob Quinn. Kenny Golladay balled out. He did ball out. His best season coming in 2019, that's when he started feeling himself, played all 16 games, had 65 receptions for a total of 1,190 yards. He averaged 18.3 a catch. His long was 75. He had 11 touchdowns that year. And then he comes into 2020, and this is where I'm surprised he got the deal that he got coming off of that 2020 season. Because if you remember, this was the last year that we had Matthew Stafford, Marvin Jones, and Kenny Golladay. And Kenny Golladay went down with the hamstring in I want to say game 5 or 6. And we never put him on IR, but he never played another snap for the Detroit Lions. And then he signed that huge deal in New York. In New York, he played 14 games in year 1, 12 in year 2. He had 37 receptions for 521 yards and 0 touchdowns. It wasn't until the end of the 2022 season where he finally got a touchdown. So after going his entire career with at least 1 touchdown, he got 1 the entire time he was in New York. Now, Kenny Golladay signed a monster contract in 2021. The New York Giants gave him 4 years, $72 million. He had a signing bonus of $17 million, and his total guaranteed at signing was $28 million. He wasn't set to become a free agent for another 2 seasons. But then he was cut, released by the New York Giants, pretty much the start of free agency. So when it comes to Kenny Golladay, I don't have a problem with Kenny Golladay being on the team. The thing about it is we don't really have a place for him. He was a big body dude. Reminded me, and when he was here, he did his thing. Now, I don't know if he was really a product of Matthew Stafford or what, but he just fell off a cliff. And I'm not sure he's going to play again. I'm not really sure. Seems like a lot of times when ex-Lions leave, they're always trying to get us to take them back. I mean, Marvin Jones came back the same amount of time he signed a 2-year deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he came back home. Maybe Kenny Golladay is in there too. Is he washed? Probably. But again, you're talking about a battle between it's got to be at least 7 wide receivers that he will be battling with for that 6th spot. I mean, unless he just had a resurgence, I don't really see his value on any NFL team except maybe a depth piece or maybe somebody who can be a camp body or something like that. But Kenny Golladay, man, I remember talking about paying him, and Brad Holmes looked like he made the right decision. Who knows what Kenny Golladay would be with Goff? Would he? But you know what? That sign that last year when he decided not to play over playing, that kind of told you all we needed to know. So would I be bothered? I wouldn't, because we would probably sign him in a vet minimum. At this point, Kenny Golladay, after the performance he put on in New York, he'd be fortunate to play again in the National Football League. So I hope that guaranteed money he put to good use, because he might not get any more at all in the National Football League. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Is it no way Golladay, or what would you feel about Kenny Golladay coming back to the city of Detroit? According to Cody Benjamin from CBS Sports, he would be a good fit. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And that is the right side. I finally put my Twitter handle up here. Let me know if that's distracting. I can move it down. You can follow me on Twitter at Lions Syndicate for more NFL content. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself. And as always, go Lions.